Yo, what is good? Life podcast. Welcome back. Welcome back. We here with another episode, man. It is episode 35. I am excited. This is crazy, bro. Yeah, man. We're at 35, bro. We are at 35, bro.
Damn.
We are moving. We are indeed
Mm.
moving, bro. We are on that way. Um, but yeah, bro, how was it yesterday, bro? How was your Wednesday? You know, we get this little 1 day break, man. So how was your one day?
Hey, just just that small break. Yesterday was low key a dub.
That's fine.
Yesterday was actually like real smooth. I kind of like landed some big time things for me. Yeah, yesterday was one of those. It was kind of like that momentum shift. Like you've kind of like for your week. Like I always say Wednesday, bro. I always say like Wednesdays is always that like turn up time. Feel me?
Yeah,
So yeah, yesterday was a big day for me. I had a good day yesterday for sure. What about you, bro?
I agree. Also it was like the same, bro. Like I had like a little turn up day yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
recently I ain't gonna lie, like streaming, it's been feeling like, I don't want to say it, like it is consecutive because I'm streaming every day, but how do I want to say it? Like I was feeling a little like tired of it for a sec, and then I got back right
Yeah.
yesterday. Like yesterday, I felt good, my energy and stuff. But I think it's the way I've been like doing my going about my content. Like I'm not really thinking of like, oh, how can I scale it? How can I do my, like achieve my goals and stuff like that. I was just going with the flow. You feel me? So I didn't have no direction. I was just doing it. So that's where I had to recollect myself and
Yeah.
get back in get back on that line, you know what I'm saying, with that direction. But yeah, that's how
That's
my
real.
Wednesday
That's
was,
real.
bro. You know what I'm saying? Got back right
Yeah,
though. We
that's
we, we
real.
good now though. We
That's
good
real.
now though. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all that matters. Facts. That's real.
But
That's
yeah,
real.
getting into the to today's topics, bro. We got the first thing, man. What does it mean to you? Beauty behind test. What does that mean to you?
The delay, bro. The delay. Like a lot of the time, the delay, or a lot of the times where whenever you feel like, oh, nothing's showing up, nothing's happening, that's the test, right? That's the test. But the beauty is the end goal, right? Like the first thing you initiate, like, oh, I want to be, the best YouTuber. For me, you gotta be able to go through that test. You feel me? You gotta be able to go through that trial. Like think about it, like most successful people got some type of like trauma story. They got some type of like story that when I was at such and such age, I was poor, or I was such and such just starting up. Nobody would help me. You feel me? That's the test. But the beauty is the lessons, right? In my personal opinion, I think the beauty is the lessons behind the test. I think the things you learn during the test is kind of like what enhances you for when the moment comes. You feel me? What about
Yeah,
you, bro?
I agree. Like the beauty behind it is like I feel like it's so much between that, like that stage of just being
Yeah,
tested, right? Like you learn so much. I feel like you learn how to be patient, right? Like you learn God's timing with things. You learn to just learn in general. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because that's something that we all forget to do, is learn about things. So when we're being tested, the beauty is that you're learning something through this test. If it's really beauty behind the test, right? Because you can take the test and you can fail the test, right? Or you could
yeah,
pass the test. But I feel like the test, the beauty behind it is just like your mindset. Like how can you shift, to thinking more positive now, right? Like because now it's like we're turning from negative testing to like a positive test. Now we want to pass that test, right? So the test that is
yeah,
given to us, we can't think negative no more. Like I can't do this, da da da. Like I can't keep going. You got to change your mindset now. Like okay, I can do this. I can be more positive because that will allow you to keep going through the test, right? That's the beauty, right? You still going, you keep going and stuff. But that's just what I think.
Now I like that you said that because I really do think that's like real important because a lot of the time the test is really just seeing if you change, right? Like a lot of the
Yeah.
time it's a test of really like if you know you. Like for me right now, not even I'm not no, I'm gonna say you, like for you, right? Like the test was like you feel like it's been consistent, like it's every day whoop the whoop. But like that test was just saying like, do you really want to do it? Like, are you
Yeah.
really going to show up every day if you have to show up every day? and you snap back into it because you understand like I don't have the same mindset I have, right? And I
Yep.
think a lot of the times people when they get tested they flee because they're not used to that pressure. But
That's
really a lot of the
facts.
times like the tests just be retests. Like a situation could happen, but it's just like a more rigorous situation. But if you change, if you like been through the test and been through like the aware of all the things, that second time you get the same test is easy because you understand like it's beauty behind this. Like I know something good is going to come, you feel me? And that's
That's
what the beauty
facts.
is. Like the beauty is the I know behind the test, you feel me? And I think a lot of the times if people don't understand like the I know behind the test, they're going to fail the test. That's how you fail the test, because you become you become in fear, you become in lack, you become uncertain, you feel me?
That's
But
facts.
if you certain that you can pass that test, you'll be certain to have some. You'll be certain to see the beauty behind it. You'll be certain to learn all the lessons and become more aware. I think that's the most important thing about the test. So you have to be aware when something is like in your hand. Like a lot of times, like the test be in our hand, and it's to see what we're gonna do with it. Are we gonna hoop, or are we gonna fold and just like nah drop the test because we don't want it? It's too hot for us. But if you can sit there and hold the test and be aware that you have the test in your hand, you can really like hoop. You can really go to work with it. You feel me? So
I
I
agree.
think that's what I'm feeling.
And I like that you said that like with the test because it's important because even like practicing, right? Like you got to practice before the
Hmm.
test, right? That's God doing the behind the work scenes, right? Like preparing us, right, for that test. Because most of the
Hmm.
times we already done been prepared for the test. It's just when that test come, we don't know how to react, right? We
That's
don't know what to
true.
do with it, right?
Hmm.
Instead of just knowing that God been practicing, He been preparing us for this test. He been, stripping you of whatever it is that you was going through. Like you had to learn these different things, and that's the beauty behind it. It's like you get to see all these different versions of yourself. You get to learn all
Hmm.
these different versions of yourself, and you get to also get rid of these versions of yourself. Because sometimes it's
Hmm.
version of ourselves that we shouldn't be holding on to, right? Like a version of yourself maybe where you was lack in the most lack, you probably was doing the most, like maybe drugs or alcohol, whatever it
Yeah.
is. That version of yourself you have to get rid of, right? So it's like
Yeah.
through the tests and all that, you see now, okay, I have to get rid of this version. Now I'm a new version. I think the beauty behind it is just like you become a new person. You're a new spirit. You're a new soul. Like you're just renewed, and that's the beauty behind the test. Is like you get renewed at each and every time that you complete the test, that you see the test, right? That you be aware of the test. You just get renewed each and every time because now it's like you learned from the past, you learned from the past experiences, and now on your new test, you're doing way better. You're getting better grades now. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's facts.
And I like you said that because a lot of the times, the lot like I said, like a lot of times the test just be, it's just a setup for the bigger test, right? It's just you go through these small like mini quizzes to see. Oh, it's easy. Okay, yeah, I did this before. Oh, this is easy. Like I know what's right from wrong. I know what's right from wrong. But when the big tests come, we get all the way locked out. Like we get all the way discombobulated because we're not comfortable with that big test because we don't a lot of times like people don't know who they really are, right? Like a lot of the times a person can say, oh, I can easily give $20 away, but when the big test comes and say you got to give $100 away, are you going to give the $100 away? No. Why? Because 20 and 100 is a big difference. But you're not understanding that like you can't be attached to money. Like that $20 was to see if you're attached to money. You feel me? Just because it's $100 now, are you attached to money?
Facts.
That's the main objective of that test. So like it's not about like the test, it's about knowing what the test is. It's deeper, right? Like you can't
Yeah.
like for example, right? Let's say a person is a person who smokes, right? Let's say, you know what, I don't want to smoke around by myself, but then they go to a group of friends and smoke. You feel me? You failed the test because you're not true to yourself. Like you can't tell yourself I don't want to it's like being a hypocrite, right? Like, that's what it is. Like a lot of the times the test is just to see if you're a hypocrite or not. Because if you can say, "Oh, I'm gonna give $20 away," you should be able to give $100 away.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's the same meaning, it's the same value, it's the same meaning. Is are you attached to money or not?
Yep.
You feel me? That's the main goal. That's the main objective of the test. No matter what times it comes at, you just have to be aware. That's the biggest thing, awareness. And another thing I want to add is like a lot of the times if you do good, you're gonna be awarded with good, right? Like what's the reward for goodness? Goodness, right?
Good,
You
yeah.
can't get rewarded. You can't do good and get rewarded bad. Like that's not possible. So always do good, and you will always pass your test if you think about it like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I think that's something that we should like be, put a big emphasis on, right?
Yep.
Like we can't say, okay, I don't want to sin one day, but then the next day we go sin. Like how do you know if you're passing or failing your test or not? You see what I'm
That's
saying?
facts. That's facts, and I agree, bro. Like doing that, being a hypocrite is not good, right? Like it's not good to learning, right? How do you learn if you saying one thing and then you doing another thing? You can't learn from that. You have to do it on your own, act on your own. So then, okay, when you say something, you know that is true because you even do it, right? You even said, okay, I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. Even when friends come around, I'm not doing this. Like you just standing on your principles. That's really what
Yeah.
it is, standing on your principles. And I agree. Like that's very important. That's what a lot of
Yeah.
people don't do is stand on their principles. They forget about their principles. They forget that you made this decision not only to other people but to yourself mainly. And that's the beauty behind it is like it's not for other people, it's for yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not to look any different from your friends. It's just for yourself. You understand for you that is
Yeah.
benefiting you, that is helping you, that is making your body feel way better. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to dream and stuff like this. That's the beauty, right? But if, like he said, if you was to keep doing it, now you're being a hypocrite. Now you know what I'm saying, you doing one thing good and then you doing bad. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't work
It's
like
too
that.
much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, and like another big thing, like I think the biggest thing is like a lot of the times the closer you are to like the end of the test, the louder the things get. Like the louder things are. Like you'll be like you'll feel like you're back against the wall, right? Like you'll feel like yo, I can't go nowhere. Like
Yeah,
what do I do? But the easiest thing to do is just keep being you, because that's the part of that test, right? Like the main objective of that test is whenever you're faced with so much difficulty and you back against the wall and you don't know what to do, is just be you.
yeah,
Because once you be you, guess what? Like we talked about in 10 steps, you elevate and you go to the next level because you're able to face anything by just being you. And if a person say like, I want to be abundant, I want to be rich, if you have no money in your pocket, are you still gonna be you? Like when you facing like a big challenge? You
facts.
feel what I'm saying? So like whenever and like a lot of the times is the devil attacks the people who's closer to their objective. But you have to be aware of that, right? Because we're over the devil. Like we have control of ourselves to outbeat the devil. So if you're
Facts.
ever in a situation where it's like, dang, it's hard, I don't know what to do, woo, woo, this and this, that's just the devil talking. Tell yourself, I'm good. Like I've been here before. I'm meant for this. Because once you do that, guess what? The devil flees from you. He doesn't want a problem with you because he knows he doesn't have control over you.
Yeah,
But the moment you slip, guess what? The devil has control over you. And once the devil get control of you, guess what? You're not yourself no more. You go back to smoking, you go back to
yeah,
partying, you go back to losing hope just that fast because when the big test came to you, you didn't see the beauty in it. You didn't see the objective in it. You didn't see the reasoning in it. A lot of the times you gotta like whenever you face whenever you face a challenge, like ask yourself, okay, what is this happening for? What's going on? And then right there, that's your answer.
yeah.
That a question is your answer. Think about that. If you ask yourself a question, you'll get your answer. All because you said like, what is the goal? Like, what is the reason behind this? What's going on? Boom, your answer right there. Because you're aware of what's you become aware of your surroundings. You become aware of your situation. Like a lot of times, people just go with the flow. Like you can't always just go with the flow because you go with the flow too much. Guess what? The flow gonna have you in the deep end. You're gonna be
Facts.
deep there. You feel
That's
what I'm saying?
facts.
So people say, oh, I'm just chilling. I just go with the flow. All right, keep chilling and go with the flow, and watch what I get you. Or people be like, I just want to be with my homeboys. Like we just like, no, like that's cool and all, but see how far that gets you. You feel what I'm saying?
That's facts.
And 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 that's the test right there itself. Like, are you able to be by yourself? Are you able to be alone? Because
That's
oh,
facts.
that's for later. I'm pretty sure that's for later.
Yeah, yeah. We
I'm
could. We
pretty
might.
yeah.
Hey, bro. We
I'm gonna
could
say
really get
that.
into it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. We could really get into it,
Yeah.
bro. What
So
does it? What
yeah.
does it
So
mean being alone? Like being alone versus being lonely. We might as well
yeah,
go
because being
ahead. You feel
alone,
me?
yeah, nah, yeah, because I like that because that's really what it is. Like a lot of times, like being alone isn't always being alone. Like Being alone is if it's a room full of noise, can you maintain your thoughts? That's what being alone is me, right? Like I feel like if it's a loud room, am I with myself? If it's so much going around me, can I win over myself? Because I don't have control of the external, right? I don't have
Yeah,
anything control outside of me. Being alone is I'm it's me versus me in my heart. It's me and God. Like we together.
I like that.
That's what being alone is because the room can be so loud, but I'm okay. Like you feel me? I'm okay just going my own direction, and that's me being alone. You
I
feel what
like
I'm
that.
saying? And but the being lonely is like you're searching for help. Like you need this, you need that person, you need that person, you need so much answers, and then out of nowhere you just shut off. You feel me?
That's
Like
facts.
being lonely is you just shutting off. Being alone is you being aware. That's the big key difference right there. You feel what I'm saying? Like we always talk about the awareness is so important,
Yeah.
but being lonely it really hurts. Like my boy Rob always said. Like you feel me?
That's facts, man. I
Yeah.
agree, bro. Like being lonely is, when you get to a point where it's like you got no goals, like you got nothing going for yourself,
Mhm.
When you become
Yeah.
lonely is when you forget who you are, right? Like you
You are.
forget who you are
Yeah.
as a person. You forget what you're here to do on earth, right? Like you
Yeah.
just like Dede was saying, you go with the flow of life. That's when you become lonely because now it's like you just go with it every day, and now you just, what I'm saying,
Mhm.
you just don't care about what's going on around you. You're not working on no business. You just letting life just keep going, right? Like that's when you just become lonely. You become depressed, right? Now this is where all the depression comes in, the anxiety and all that. Like you don't want to talk to people outside because you feel this way about yourself. You
Yeah.
feel in a bad way. You're not feeling good. You feel like you this and
Yeah.
you that. You're depressed. Da da da. You don't got nothing going for yourself. It's just negative thoughts
Mhm.
within yourself. Like it's just you just
Yeah.
feed on negative when you're lonely, right?
Yeah.
But when you're alone, I like that they said it. Like you're more aware. You're more aware with yourself. Like you can be by yourself in a room full of people and you can be fully aware. Like how aware are you, right? Like when you're alone,
Mhm.
how are you? Who are you when you're alone, right? Like that's the biggest
Yeah.
thing, right? Like who are you when you're alone? Like when there's no cameras, when there's nobody like around you, like who are you to yourself? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and it's not like we have any like we can't see how you are to yourself. So it's like this is the
Mhm.
only like the thing about being alone is like you only have that control for yourself. So it's
Yeah.
like how are you doing for yourself? You know what I mean? Like how are you taking care of yourself? Like those are things that you have to answer within yourself though. Like you can't tell me. Like you tell me is like I can't do nothing about it.
That's
It's
right.
like it's only within yourself. Like how strong are you within your spirit? What I'm saying, within your soul? Like do you know who you are? Pretty much. Yeah.
You know, and I like that you said that about the lonely part because a lot of times like the lonely is just feeding off energy, right? Like, okay,
Yeah, it was
yeah, a
lagging
lot
for
of
a
the
second.
times the lonely is yeah. You get now?
Yeah, you should be straight.
Yeah, yeah, we get. Now a lot of the times the lonely is really just feeding off of energy and just feeding off what he say she say. So if
Yeah.
somebody like you, let's say you with a group of friends and one of your friends complain about, dang, I'm broke, I don't got no money. Guess what? Now you feel like you broke and got no money. You feel what I'm saying? So like majority of the times being lonely is just you you're not in sync. You're not in line with yourself. You're aligned with other people. And so
Yeah.
whenever other people are distant from you, or whenever other people have like bad motives, guess what? You become bad motive person. You become a distant person. You become a closed off person. So like
Facts.
lonely. A lot of times lonely isn't really lonely. Lonely is not knowing yourself. That's how I feel about it, right? Because
Yeah.
a person like rappers, right? Like rappers got all this money, they got all these fans, all these clout, all these things, but they still kill themselves. Why? Because they're lonely. Nobody
Yeah.
checks up on them. Nobody talks to them. They don't know themselves. Without the money, who are they? You feel me? And that's why it's so important to like to know yourself, because if you don't know yourself, you become super lonely, and you don't the money and all that stuff doesn't intrigue you. That's why they kill themselves, right? Because they have everything everybody else want, but they don't have the one thing that matters the most, and that's themselves. So it's so easy for them to let themselves go because they have so much more money to do all these wicked and crazy things. Like they can just go buy crate like everyone can do it, right? Like, everyone can just go buy some expos and all these things, but these people are buying more and overdosing because they have the money to buy more and overdose. Or let's say, for example, like people like literally kill themselves and like go jump out of building. You feel what I'm saying? Because they're like in a deep sunken hole. And I think like an important thing about like the whole lonely and alone part is like always check up on somebody, right? Like, cause you never really know. Like, you never know what someone is going to. Like me, my biggest thing is like, I try my best to check up on everyone I can, like at any moment, or like whenever I got something on my mind and I feel like it's gonna help that person. Oh, yo, bro, like I got something I want to talk to you about. You got time? And it's easy to do that.
Yeah.
So that like you being that person right there, like you showing that person like yo, like you're not lonely, like you got help. You feel me? So always be like if you're in a position where you're okay with being alone, always help somebody because somebody else could be lonely. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
So
facts.
and there's one more thing I want to add on to about the alone part because the alone part, like if you're okay with being alone, think about how many more people you can help be alone. That makes sense, right? Like if you're okay with yourself, if you're okay with just sitting in your thoughts, if you're okay with all these things, think about if you could teach someone how to do that, or think about like yo, bro, like
Facts.
this is what I do so I can be able to like help myself. You feel me? So it's so many ways to really evolve and help somebody else grow, but you gotta be open. You gotta be willing to help, bro. Really.
That's facts, bro. And I like that. And I like that you said that you got to be willing to help because that's facts, right? And it's like you learn these things so that you can help other people, right? Like God sometimes puts
Mm,
you in positions just so you learn a lesson that you might have to just teach to somebody else. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it may not even be something that you may have wanted to go through, but maybe sometimes God puts you through something just so you can teach somebody else for their life, right? Like I
Yeah.
just now thought about that, right? Like God can sometimes do that, like make us a messenger just from what we've experienced, right? And help somebody
Yeah.
else with their life. And it's all important because it's like through being alone, the main important thing is that you start to learn about yourself, which is why you can be by yourself, right? Like you're learning so much about yourself that you're dang near learning every day about yourself because you learn
Yeah.
something new every day. If you're really like a person that's okay with being alone, you learn something new about yourself every day because you're not worried about what other people think. You start to unlock new
Exactly.
stuff within yourself. So like when it comes
Mm-hmm.
down to you learning about something in your past, it's not you thinking about somebody else what they said to you. You're thinking about how can I improve as a person. So that is just learning right there. That's changing right there
Mm-hmm.
because you're deleting what happened in the past. You're deleting that old experience, and now you're filling it with new experiences, with new truths to
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Because also being like growing up was kind of is technically lonely, right? Because we never had our own thoughts growing up. We pretty much let yeah,
Yeah.
you just found me. You just let everybody else like guide us, right? We let other people guide
Mm.
us, our parents and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like teachers and stuff. All that been guiding us, right? And is sometimes not even to the right direction of where our lives are gonna end, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to be okay with learning about yourself and unlearning things that you did learn too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was
Nah,
saying.
and no, I like that you said that too because a lot of times, like, the more you learn, the more you like kind of like see yourself grow, right? Like for me,
Facts.
I'd be in situations where like I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna say this, I don't care honestly.
Nah,
So
go
like
ahead.
back in my days when your boy was really hoeing, your boy was like really living that life, like he was really in that field. Like I've been in a situation where it's like, dang, like I remember when I did this, I don't like get the thought of doing that no more. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's so important to like, go back in your past, yeah, but learn from your past. Don't like sit in your past, like
Facts. Wait, wait. You went on mute. Your thing muted. Maybe are you getting a call or something? Talk. I cannot hear you, bro. Uh, is it me? No way, right? No way, it's me, right?
hello,
Oh, there you go.
you hear
Hello?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think my Bluetooth got connected to my uncle car, bro.
Oh,
My dad car.
oh, you straight at
Yeah.
what you was saying though? My bad. Like,
Nah, you did the right thing because I was really finna go in. But a lot of the times, like people like I'm gonna start back to this. You know, like it's good to go back in your past, but don't sit in your past, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't want to go back to your past and like, dang, I wish I did this, or dang, I wish I did that, or this and this and this, because like people who do that, they tell themselves they're okay with being alone, but like really you're lonely. Why?
Yeah.
Because you're dwelling on your past and you're really just like you're living off the past, and you can't live off the past because if you sit on the past, how do you know how much you change? How do you know how much you grew, right? And
Facts.
I think for me, like it's so easy for me to like grow and learn from my past because I done so much, right? And I don't tell myself like I'm not down on myself on like I'm excited I did it because like you said, like I'm able to help somebody who could be going through my situation, or I'm able to
Yeah.
guide someone where I done been at before, like yo, like I done smoke, I done had all these females, and like it's not cool, bro. Like you don't get nothing out. Like it's better for you to get one girl and she come down up like that's like the biggest flex, you know.
Yeah.
10 hoes is not equal to one bad, like not 10 hoes isn't equal to one wife. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think I think it's really important, like to be alone. You have to be okay with being in your thoughts. That's what being alone really is. Because a lot of times, like when you're alone, you're just able to win over your thoughts. If you can't win over your thoughts, you become very lonely. So yeah, that was deep. Damn, hold on, I didn't really say that. Because a lot of the times, dang, a lot of the times, I don't know what I said. It was deep. A lot of the times, like I said, though, like if you can't win over your thoughts, you become lonely because
That shit
if you
crazy.
can't have control over yourself, being alone is having control over yourself, like full control of yourself, but and also know who has control over you. I think that's the biggest, like that biggest switch, right? Like you
Yeah.
have control over yourself, but like if you want to unlock like the true aloneness, is you know who has control over you.
You.
Like
Yeah.
God is the which one is position, right? So once you have control of yourself, like you're able to like give yourself good thoughts and all these things. You want to go to the next step, you tune into God consciousness. You tune into like God is watching me, God is with me, and all these things. Because why? Now you're aligned with yourself, and then you align yourself with God. And now it's
Yeah.
like you can't lose. Like I swear, like in my heart, I can't lose because God is with me. Like I'm alone with God now. You feel like that's who you want to be alone with. Like you want to
Yeah.
be able to like have one-on-one conversations 24/7 in your life with God.
Yeah.
Like think about that life. Think about that. Think about that. That's
That's
dope. Like
facts.
you got
That's
like
really how
different
it
like
be.
blessings. Yeah, yeah. Like the thing about it, you can really have like conversation with God like you're your best friend. That's how I be. Like, I swear I be talking to myself, but I'm really talking to God because I know He with me. Like I know He
He
watching me.
there.
You feel
He
me?
here. He
He's
hearing
there.
me.
Yeah. But I'm okay with being alone. You feel me? Like a
Yeah.
lot of people can't do that. Like that's yeah. Nah. Being alone is hard though. I ain't gonna lie. It is really
It
hard.
is.
It, like getting to be alone is hard because you don't know what's right or know what's wrong. Like you said, like we taught so many different things and we don't ever know what's right, we don't know what's wrong. So whenever you like you can be thinking something is completely right, but it's going against all the things that you were taught. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
So
facts.
that transition to being alone and like coming from lonely to being alone is real hard, bro. And props to anybody who did it before me. Props to
Facts.
anyone who did it with me, and props to anyone who's going to do it after me. For me, because you become a soldier. You become like more solid, more him.
Facts. I agree. Like I feel like the biggest thing with that is, you start to trust yourself more. Like that's the biggest
Mhm.
thing. You start to trust yourself more because you have to trust yourself to win these battles that's going on in your mind. You know what I mean? Like, we always talk about, we always talk about trusting yourself, learning to trust yourself, learning to love yourself, and we speak on that because it's very important. Like, for example,
Right.
a situation like this, like being alone, you have to be okay and trust yourself, right? Because you're not gonna trust yourself being by yourself somewhere, right? Like I could trust myself going somewhere. I know I wouldn't do nothing stupid, right? But some people can't
Mhm.
trust themselves because they know they'll go out and do something crazy. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like you have to have that trust with yourself also because you don't want to go out here doing the wrong things. Like they was saying, like once you're aligned with yourself and you're aligned with God, you can't lose. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because after that, it's like you have full trust in God. Not only that, but you gain full trust within yourself. So now you trust yourself and you trust God, and you guys are aligned. So it's like now everything is just You know what I'm saying? Everything is just aligned
It
to your
flows to
purpose.
you.
So
Hmm.
literally everything flows to you like a law of attraction, like we talked about. So
Yeah, yeah.
it all comes down to learning and
That's
loving.
literally what law of attraction is. Yeah, like law of attraction is not really some super scientifical thing. Like no,
Facts.
like law of attraction is just being aligned with God. Like people, like when I be watching, like don't get me wrong, right? Like when I be watching like the manifestation videos and all these things, like I don't ever think of it as like I'm connected with the universe. Like I can't think of that like that. Like because God is the one who gives. Like God is really the ruler of the universe. So whenever I'm like watching these manifestation videos or somebody explaining something, like I don't tune my brain to the universe is giving. I tune myself to God is
God's
giving.
giving
So
you.
whenever it's like so whenever it comes to like a law of attraction and manifestation and like what's like another one that's like really big that's beside the point. I just know to line myself with God, like whatever it is. Like instead of saying manifestation, I say like I know that God's going to give me. I
Yeah.
just trust God. That's all it is. It's not really, oh, the universe is going to bless me with these billion. Like no, it's not
Nah.
that. It's just God is going to bless you with these
Yeah.
things if you align yourself with God. But it's something I want to like to talk about. I want to add on right quick. Cause like, dang, what was this about? It's about being alone because a lot of the times when we're alone, it's not about you know being. It's about being aware of yourself and stuff like that, of course. But it's like another big factor with being alone is like, is are you okay to handle situations alone, right? Like, because you're gonna be
Ooh.
tested. Like, you're gonna
Yep.
get tested. Like, you're gonna get tested a lot. But are you gonna like break and fold and call out to other people? Because that's what it like. That's what we do. Like, let's say for instance, right? Like, you break and then like you break character for a split second, and then you say, I'm gonna go call my homeboy, but you know that your homeboy, like, let's say for a person in a relationship, you and your lady arguing with the woods, you said, I'm gonna go call my homeboy. But in the back of your mind, your homeboys are like, he's single, he's ready to go to the club, all these things.
Yep.
And so, like, you're gonna go get information to someone who's not really okay with being alone. And how do you think that's gonna bother your brain? How do you think that's gonna get into your head? How do you think that's gonna inflect you?
Yep.
Right? So you can't call a single friend when you got relationship issues with why because your single friend went, man, fuck that hoe. And right there, now
Facts.
you're now it's the
Yeah.
truth though. Now right there, your brain is not tuned to alone no more. Now your brain is tuned to, what, he's right. You know what, he got the right answers, and that's not what you want to do, right? And
Yep.
I say that because when you're alone, you're able to make your own decisions, right? You're able to like you said, you're able to trust yourself, and
Yep.
trust comes with making your own decisions. So if you do have a relationship issue, you're gonna like tune into yourself. You're gonna say, okay, who am I? Like we always say a question. You're gonna say, who am I? And you're gonna say, you know what? I'm a loving guy. I'm a good boyfriend. I'm a good this. I'm a good that. And guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna say, you know what, babe? I'm sorry. That's the twist right there.
Yep.
Because instead of going to someone for help, you went to yourself. You went to who you know best.
Yep.
You can't go to someone else for help, trying to expect them to help you feel alone more. Like, no, they're just gonna help you feel lonely because now you're gonna be distancing yourself. You're gonna be, back into a trap. You just lost everything that you once got into.
That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? And that comes with, aligning yourself with God. Because, if you align yourself with God, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to yourself and guess who you align with for help. You align with Almighty, the Most High. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, and that's why I say, like, a lot of the times is we don't really know what being alone is because we're always searching for answers. If you're always searching for answers, you're not truly okay with being alone. Like, you're not truly okay with being yourself. And you tell yourself that, you tell yourself that, you tell yourself that, you tell yourself that, but your heart speaks louder than your mouth. Your heart speaks louder than all that stuff. And if your heart is not aligned with being alone, if your heart grieves for help, like, call for help.
Yeah.
Be okay with calling for help if you're not alone. You feel what I'm saying? Because someone alone is going to help you become alone. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
I agree, bro. I agree. Like if you somebody that's going through something bad, you know, going through some depression, hit up
yeah.
somebody that's that has healed from that, right? Hit up somebody that is seems like they're doing good on their own, right? I mean, not
Mhm.
necessarily. am I gonna say that all lonely people are like not doing good? Because sometimes lonely people can be doing good in their lives. Like for example, we was just
Mhm.
talking about rappers, right? They can be
Yeah.
doing good for themselves, as in status wise, but not good with their mental, right? And that's always
Mhm.
something that is very hard to point out, especially with us men nowadays. We don't like to talk about our mental and
Express your
stuff like
emotions.
that.
Yeah.
So as a man, it's very important to find either find a group of people that a friend or a group of people that has gotten their mental to the right spot, or you can go to yourself, right? Learn from yourself, but you have to do deep diving from yourself. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. So you're gonna have to lock in with yourself, meaning getting off your phone and stuff, not being distracted by the world, so that you can
Yeah.
be alone and learn about yourself. And that's the thing
Yeah.
you have to be okay with too, is just learning. If you're not okay with learning about yourself, you won't be okay with doing anything in life, learning anything for real, right? Like
Yeah.
yourself is the most important thing in the world. You know what I mean? Yourself and God, of course, right? Like those two
Yeah.
things is the two things that matter the most, right? So
I
you
agree.
have to be pouring into that the most, right? You can't pour into other people, because that is nothing to do with you and God being aligned with each other, right? So you have to keep pouring into that, right? Keep pouring into that, and that's how you become more aware, you become more loving and stuff like that, because you'll find that true peace with God, right? That true peace comes with Him. You know what I mean? And through
Yeah.
him, that's where, the rest of your life can turn around and start to go good. And you can really dig in with yourself and be alone and be okay with being alone. You know what I mean? But you have to align yourself with God. You have to align yourself with God. You have to be okay with being alone. You have to be okay with a few hours by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not even. Sometimes you don't even have to be like by yourself. It's just like, how, like, are you okay with just like being present? Like being present with yourself. Like
Mm. Yeah.
like all these people talking and overstimulating your head, but how secure are you in your head? Can you sit there and be like, hey, I'm good. Like, it's a lot of people here. I'm under control. Like, I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
If I need to leave, I can leave. You know what I mean? Be under that type of
Yeah.
control with yourself. And I agree with Diddy. Like, that's the biggest thing about being alone, is like you have the most control over yourself. Right? Like, you have the most control over your actions now.
Yeah.
Like, this is why we are saying trust, because now you trust your actions. You trust what you do. You know what I'm saying? You trust what you do is gonna work. So now, even when you're alone, you trust that your goals and stuff like that you wrote down, you trust that that's gonna work. Because now it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm alone, but I got God with me. I'm aligned with God, and I know ain't nothing else gonna break me. Right? It's just me and God. What else can make me fold? Right? So you just keep
Facts.
going, and that's how, you know what I'm saying, you learn to be alone. That's how you get better with being alone, is understanding that it's just you and God. It ain't really nobody else that's between your path with God. It's just you and God. You allow other people to be in your life. That's up to you though.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That's up to you if you want more chaos or not. You know what I mean? But for the
Yeah.
most part, it's just learning about yourself, being more grounded with yourself at the end of the day, with being alone.
Yeah. And being alone comes with patience, right?
Ooh,
That's a big factor too.
facts.
Like the more patient you are, the more you're okay with being alone, because the more you're okay with things not going your way. Because
Yep.
if you can like really truly be alone, just sit for yourself and relax, like you're always good. Like no matter what it looks like you can face something that appears big, but inside your heart is at ease. That's the biggest thing, right?
Yep.
Like it doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. It doesn't matter what people are telling you. It doesn't matter what your status is. Like none of that matters. Is what you are internally. Because if you're in like we say, then oh, that's what it was about the whole manifestation. Like if your inside is good, God is going to give you good. Like we talked about earlier. Like what's the reward for goodness? It's only goodness. So if your inside is good, like your heart is at peace, your mind is at ease, all these things. Guess what? Your outside is going to be at ease, and no matter how it appears, no matter what, like if somebody's in your situation, right? That's what it always do. I always think like if somebody else was in my situation, they would fold. Like that's how I look at it. I
Yep.
look at it like not a lot of people can't handle what I do, and I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I'm not saying I'm above anyone. I'm just saying I'm so aware and at peace with myself because what people go through, I can sleep through that, and they complaining. It's the
Yeah.
truth. Like I can see
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh my,
facts.
I don't got so and such this. I don't got like, bro, like
It's
whoop
not
de doo,
even.
suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, yeah. So I think, and to go back what you're talking about, like reach out for help. But a lot of times you will know when a person is being okay with being alone, right? Because you can just see how they move. Like social media tells you a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, social media tells you a lot, and people say, "Oh, don't believe everything on the net." I'm not gonna stop believing everything on the net, but I am very aware of the net, like what people post and what they say and all these things. It's like you post this, and I know you're not true to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or you told me this 2 weeks ago, and now look at you now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very, very aware because that's how you would know. That's how you would separate from people who's alone and people who's lonely. Because people who's lonely, they seek for the attention through all these other things. You feel what I'm saying? So you know, yeah, being alone just takes patience and focus. It's surrenderance. You got to surrender. That's a conversation that nobody want to talk about. But surrenderance is real big too.
That's facts, bro. That's facts. And yeah, bro. Like, I really got nothing else, man. You got anything else?
No, I got nothing else, man. Thursday.
Thursday, it
Um,
was, yeah, not too bad today.
yeah, that's bad. Yeah, quick one. I'll start with my closing words, bro, because this is a big weekend for me.
Talk to me.
No, this is a big Thursday, Friday, Saturday for me.
Okay.
My closing words is gonna be like, be you, bro. Like, God prepared you for this moment. God showed you. He's giving you an opportunity now, right? So, what are you gonna do with the opportunity? Are you gonna, you know, go wake up an hour later, or are you gonna wake up an hour earlier? Feel me? Are you gonna want it more than what yourself tells you? Are you gonna like take the opportunity to elevate? Like, this is an opportunity for you to elevate. Every weekend is an opportunity for you to get to the next level. So take full control of the opportunity, and try your best, honestly, truthfully, and just be you. Always just be you.
That's facts, man. And what I would add on, man, kind of similar, man. Take control, really. Take control of, the things you do. You know what I mean? Like, have more control over your life. Have more control over the things you say, the things you do, the things you listen to, the things you put
Mm.
out. Um, yeah, just take control. Be more in control of yourself. Control the way how much time you spend on your phone. Control yourself from looking at females all day on your phone. Control yourself from porn. You don't need that. You know what I mean? Control yourself from all that stuff on your phone. That's being more in
Yeah.
control of yourself. That's how you can be okay with being alone, being more in control.
Hmm.
Cause now it's like you're not fiending for looking for attention on your phone. You're more in control with yourself. You can be alone. You can be by yourself. You can be present in the moment. You can sit down and be outside for 20 minutes and sit down. Nowadays,
Yeah.
there's probably kids out here that can't even sit down for 20 minutes, bro, without needing to see a TikTok video. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like,
20 minutes was a stretch for them. I ain't gonna lie. I get a kid 2 minutes. They done for.
yeah, no cap. But
Okay.
moral of the story, man, just be more in control of your life, man. And yeah, bro, that's it, man. This is Life Podcast, episode 35, bro. We're gonna be back next Tuesday on 8 p.m. Eastern
Yes,
time.
sir.
You already know. Love y'all, man. Stay blessed. Oh, stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.